Today I'm going to be taking a look at some iPhone 6s. Yeah, I know they're kind of getting old. Um, but hey, they were free. So let's try to fix these things, huh? So we have two that I believe are just Tristar. The first one here, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe somebody can give me some hints down below. But this one pulls power, so right now it's pulling. Let's get you a little closer here. Pulling 0.3, 0.4 amps, but it doesn't appear to have any image or backlight. Even when I shine a bright light at it, I don't see an Apple logo. So I think this one, I don't know what's going on in this one. It does seem to get a little warm up in that area after a while. But now these other two that I believe are Tristar, they basically don't recognize the port. Ignore my little botch wires here. Why is this one turning on? Yeah, it's not pulling any power. I manually charged the battery. Anyways, these two, they boot and power on, but they won't charge through the port. See, this one also has no current draw. And this one will also boot up too, but it sucks. They both suck the battery down really fast. When I manually power them with my power supply, they're pulling like 400 milliamps or something like that. And both of them also have broken battery indicators. No matter, even if they're sitting at 4.2 volts, they'll say they're sitting at less than 10% when at 4.2 volts, it should be closer to 100%. So, yeah, between the broken battery indicator, no charge port recognition, lots of current draw, these two needs Tristar chips. Now, I might try one just in here, just for shits and giggles, because, there's like $4 for a chip. I guess it's worth a shot. So next I gotta strip these things down. So if you ever watched my channel before, you'll know that I normally don't work on mobile devices or Apple products or these types of things. So I have no idea what I'm doing. So I wouldn't recommend for you to ask me any questions because I'll probably give you the wrong answer. I normally work on bigger things like automotive or maybe TVs or something like that. And I might actually have to use the zoom on my microscope for these. These Tristar chips are so small you can't even tell if they're in the package with the naked eye. I mean, I don't know, a little. Plus they're VGA, so I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah. Oof. Logic board is removed from the case. So the first one I'm working on is the A1633, and the Tristar looks like it's tucked right under this little flap in the shield. So I'm gonna have to remove the shield to get to that chip. I hope I didn't bump anything. I'm just going to put some flux down and use the hot air station. Now it's ready to come up. And I nudged some components, so I just got to get those pushed back into spot. There, that looks good. And now for cleanup, just have a little bit of leaded solder on the tip of my iron. Try to get all the pads nice and even. And now it's ready for the new chip. Just get it in position. And I'm just going to kind of nudge it into place. And I nudged too hard and squished the balls out. So let's start over. I gotta clean up those components again. Clean up the balls that squished out from underneath. Get them back into place. Looks good. And we'll try again with another new chip. This time I won't do so much fiddling. Alright, so got the logic board back in. I'm not sure if this is going to work because I kind of screwed it up. Maybe a quick prayer. Dear Jessa Jones, may the fan spin be with me. Okay, I'm going to hook up the battery. Come on, snap in there, battery. This is the right battery, right? There it goes. Okay, battery's hooked up. No fire yet. Let me hit the power button. Well, it's booting. That's a good sign. I'm curious if the battery indicator is going to read right now. Because we could just plug in the USB Lightning cable. Hey, it's actually pulling. Hey, look at that. It's reading something. And it's pulling power. Wow. Well, not much power, though. It's only pulling 7 milliamps. That ain't right. After fiddling around with the cord a little bit, I got it to pull a decent amount of power. It's almost 300 milliamps. I got a lot of cord length here, so the voltage is not staying very steady at 5, so that's why the current's kind of low. That's a lot more than 0, and the good news is it's going up in charge. It's at 41%. It started at 39, so hey, this one was successful. I'm just as shocked as you are. On to the next one. Logic board is free out of the 6S Plus. I really hope to save this one. It's a little bit newer and nicer. Just got to get this back sticker off here. Just going to get these antennas out of the way. And there's the Tristar. Just making sure I can get it with my tweezers. We'll tape off the areas I don't want to affect. Should come off any second now. All right, we're off. Quick cleanup. Again, just putting a dot of fresh leaded solder on there to kind of help things flow. Just going to try to use the corner of the wick to just kind of clean up and get a nice even pad on each one. paying attention to the orientation there with the dot. And it should kind of snap into place. Although it's crooked. So I'm going to hit it again with hot air. And I'm going to try not to squish out the balls like I did last time around. Just nudge it square. There we go. Logic board is back in, but I don't have a very good feeling with this one. It started off crooked and then I was fiddling with it, tried to get it to go straight, and I don't know if I messed up the balls underneath. So let's see what happened. Get the flat head ready just in case I have to disconnect the battery real quick. Please work. Okay. While that boots, I'm going to see if it pulls power. Yes, it did for a second. Try that again. It did show more than 10%. Oh, it's rebooting. Whew, okay, so it is working. It just didn't like my my long cord with my USB cord. It's pulling a half an amp right now, actually almost 600 milliamps, and it's showing the little charge symbol. Oh man, am I happy. Yeah, we're already at 18%, and like I said before, with the bad Tristar, it really wouldn't go over 10% no matter what the battery voltage was. So this was successful, and I am kind of shocked because I thought for sure I messed up those balls. All right. On this board, we got underfill overload. So I'm just gonna try to get as much cleaned off as I can. All right, should be ready to come off. Here we go. Get things clean and consistent. And then next I'll be getting the chip ready. Remember that first chip that I screwed up? I'm going to try to get an average consistent tinning. Now I know it should be bald, but there's no way I can stencil that, so I'm just going to try to get an even tinning on the board and an even tinning on the chip and cross my fingers and hope it holds. I have no idea if it will be enough or not, but got nothing to lose. I'm not expecting this one to work, because this is the one that had no life at all. It would drop power, but not boot. And on top of that, the chip wasn't properly balled. So, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. Just making sure the battery doesn't get hot. Oh, still no life. This must have something else wrong with it. I guess I'll have to take 2 out of 3. does seem to have some sort of life when I manually power it with the power supply. So up here we're sitting at 4.1. It doesn't draw any power. I click on the power button. It does start to draw 400 milliamps. And then it just sits there. I checked for image earlier and I wasn't seeing any image. So I'm not sure what's going on with this one. This S Plus could use a new screen. So let's do something about that. Oh, that's better. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thanks for watching.